Whoopsie. Where did I go? Where did I go wrong? For some reason, I am not on screen properly. I've been trying to set up my cameras and they're just not being kind to me tonight, which might actually be a problem because we have a great show for you. Of course, this is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling, and just about everything and anything that's going to keep you inspired. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Boy, Ecamm is probably the toughest streaming service to ever use. The only problem is it's the best of what's out there. Like, they're all sort of tough and it's just the best, but they're all kind of bad. So it's horrible, but it's the best of the horrible, in my opinion. So tonight it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do like a show and tell of all my Grail pens and tell some of the stories behind them, and it should be absolutely delightful and fun. I also want to mention some things like this week's video on Thursday is a review of a journal, the Lockbee Field Journal. So very excited to do a review of a journal. I'm getting more into paper and different types of journals and different types of papers. So it should be super exciting, and I'm really looking forward to that. You're going to see a lot more of that on the channel going forward. So I think you'll enjoy it. I also just finished a new dark academic video. I finished editing it over the weekend. I uploaded it, and I am super excited for you all to see it. It's scheduled now to air on October 5th, which will, believe it or not, be here before you know it. I make these videos usually a month and a half to 2 months in advance. Sometimes things come up and they have deadlines, so I need to work them in. I'm doing a pen review for Tom Otto, who I always want to call Tomoto Dragon. I think that's the best name for him. He needs a Tomoto Dragon sticker. But his name is Tom Otto, but I'll probably call him Tom Odo because I'm bad at pronunciation, as I think you know. So he's sending a pen along, and it has a launch date coming up soon. So I'm going to do something fun with that because Tom is a friend, and I'm always psyched to help him out. He's always up to something interesting. In other pen community news, and this is a big one, a huge one, we're only a couple days away from the start of the Atlas Stationers sidewalk sale in Chicago, Illinois. So if you're anywhere in the Chicago area, I would draw a line maybe 3 or 4 hours outside of Chicago, which, depending on traffic, might not be that far, or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't drive there. And go to this show, the Great Atlas Stationers Sidewalk Sale and Show. There's like 30 vendors. It's basically the Chicago Pen Show Part 2 and partially outside. So very exciting. Lots of interesting seminars. I hope to be there one day. I was invited this year, but it was just too much travel with the DC Pen Show and Italy coming up. And I have family over this week too, so I can't really leave. But very excited to hear everything that Brendan has going on. And I also have a discount code for Atlas Stationers. I do not make any money off of this. This is purely for you. HJ10, get you 10% off of anything. So just so you know. I want to welcome all the members. Thank you all for being here. I see the likes. I see the little thumbs flying up. Thank you all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. You know, let me know if you're going to Atlas Stationers Sidewalk Sale. I'd love to know. So that'll be fun if you can make it. Also, if you're watching this channel regularly, consider subscribing, consider membership. I'd love to have you. We're doing a pen pal group for Cognoscenti and Illuminati members. So it's a lot of fun, but I want you all to know, I want you to enjoy the pen pal group. Don't feel any pressure. Don't feel pressure to write me back when I write. I write a lot of letters. I mean, don't feel like you need to write me back right away. Just enjoy it. Don't put pressure on yourselves. Enjoy the pen pal group. Snail mail is very deliberate. Take time, think about letters. If you want to make something pretty or you want to dash something off in your regular handwriting, whatever you want to do, just enjoy it. There's no pressure at all. So I just want to throw that out there. And just know we'll connect when we connect, and letters are always coming in and out. It's a lot of fun. But definitely have fun with it. This whole hobby should be fun. It should be. And it's a good time to remind you there's no gatekeeping on this channel. I don't care how you hold your pen. I don't care what your handwriting looks like. I don't care if your pen is expensive or inexpensive, even though tonight I'm going to show off a lot of expensive pens. But, you know, whatever joy you find in your fountain pen is purely your own, and I just love sharing that with you. I get so psyched when I hear that people bought a new TWSBI or a new Safari or a new Montblanc or whatever it is. I love the excitement you have. So I don't really hold them in esteem by how much they cost, and I certainly wouldn't judge you. I've said this before, and I think it's true, that I would like to hang out with the people that bring a Safari to like a pen event. Like, I think that's awesome. In fact, and there's people that can prove this is true, I had my Lamy Safari AL with me at the DC Pen Show. It was the pen I had on me the most. Although I also had two Pelikans, my Omas Bologna and the Montblanc 147, which, by the way, I don't have with me, and that's a Grail pen. That's a shame. It's in the other room. But anyway, the 147 in Burgundy, I had those with me as well. I was filming with the Pelikans. I always have the pens that I am filming with. So D Howard 8816 asks, what is the Pen Pal group? Well, let me tell you what it is. So there's membership for the channel, and it helps us support the channel. It helps keep the lights on. We have lights. It doesn't seem to help me with Ecamm, though. Ecamm is a constant struggle, but the lights are on. So that's something. Hopefully the sound's good. So all that is fine. So we have membership, and there are 3 tiers. They're the ambassador level, which is a very valued level. And the ambassadors, I encourage them to be ambassadors for the channel, to go out and tell other people if they're enjoying a video and maybe share it with them and that sort of thing. So it's a very, very valuable tier. But above ambassador is Cognoscenti, and then the highest tier is the Illuminati. These 2 levels make you eligible for a Pen Pal group. Usually me, or John Manuel, who can write faster than I do with letters, he helps me with the Pen Pal group, and he's a very, very generous fellow, writes a lot of letters. So we're usually among the first people to reach out to new people. I know Scott Lasky does as well, and a few others. But so it puts you in the Pen Pal group, and you can exchange letters with some of the other characters you see in the chat each week, Tuesday night. A lot of the lovely people that I see are here tonight, like Ben Joe, the mighty Ben Joe, who is a world traveler. So anytime he's able to tune in is a treat for me, and I appreciate it. So, and John Manuel's here as well. I'm scrolling up and taking a look. We've got lots of wonderful people. Terry Edginton, always lovely to see Terry. So a lot of these folks you can correspond with. So there you have it. Okay. I'm going to test my equipment. So this is my second camera, so that's good. That's working fine. And this is working fine. Okay, I think I might have it. So we are going to dive right in, guys, because I really want to share some of my Grail pens with you. And this is a topic that I've been meaning to do as a regular video. And I think what I'll do as a video, and soon, is my top 5. Top 5. You know I like to do top 5s, right? You know this. And there usually are like 7. But my top 5, maybe 8. But I'll whittle it down from the group you're about to see. The only thing is, sadly, I left my Montblanc 147 Burgundy in my journal because I've been writing with that one quite a bit. But I have a bunch of other pens to share with you, and I think you will enjoy them. So as we go along, can you please comment and let me know which one really catches your eye? If one of these pens really motivate you or inspire you, can you let me know? Because I would kind of like to get an idea myself. And I'm kind of honing which ones are going to be in my top 5 because I love all these. So super exciting. So here it is. It's 10 past the hour. And I'm going to dive right into the topic. I don't think I've ever done this before. So this is fantastic. Alrighty then. All right, here I am in a circle. Isn't this cool? I figured out how to do a circle. Thought it'd be different. Maybe a square's better. I don't know. Alright, my first Grail pen, perhaps not so surprising, is the mighty Montblanc 149. This pen I've had, I'd say, at least 12 years. It's not full right now, which is a very rare thing for me in this pen. It's usually always full. My lovely wife bought this for me. At the time, these were in the $600 range. They're now up around $1,000. I think it's a much fairer price at $600. But boy, let me tell you, this is one of my favorite pens. It has, it's a little bit of ink in there. I'll be so inky by the end of the night. Because I'm looking at myself through the monitor, so I'm not looking down, as you can see. But this pen has one of the most beautiful two-tone nibs. It's quite large. It's very smooth. It's 100% reliable. It's one of the things I really love about it. Montblanc pens might cost a lot of money, but at least when you pick them up, they write. I don't get false starts with these. I get very good performance. They always inspire me. In this particular pen, I mean, we're starting off strong with the Grail pens this evening. I wanted this for years before she bought it for me. And I should mention a bit, this particular pen will probably always be in my top 5, so I'm going to spoil this one. But the reason is, this pen was in my pocket when I got married. It was in my pocket when I asked my wife to marry me when we were in Venice on the Grand Canal. That's where I proposed to her. This pen was with me. This pen was also with me when my daughter was born. When I became an officer at the bank, my first officer promotions, all that, I signed my name with this pen. So many different loan docs, our mortgage, all kinds of stuff with this pen. Now, the one thing that's kind of sad is that it started to get pretty scratched up. I do use this pen. I carry it all around, all the different travel destinations, as you just heard. And it got a little scratched, the clip and the body. But I got a little bored one day and I polished up the body with Polywatch. And it pretty much restored it to brand new. And I regret it. I regret it. I think there's a time and a place for brand new, perfect pens. But I think when you've had something for over a decade and it's been on so many adventures with you, so beloved, just been with me doing amazing and crazy things and beautiful events in my life, I wish I had all those scratches. This pen earned those scratches. And it was funny because I did it sort of absent-mindedly. I was on the phone. I wasn't thinking. I was working on another pen. Actually, I think it was my Bohème. When I got my Bohème, it was somebody else's scratches. So I wanted to restore that. So I just had all the stuff, the Polywatch, the microfiber cloth I was using. And I was on the phone talking to somebody at work, and I'm rubbing away, and then I looked at it, and I'm like, wow, it looks brand new. But then I was like, why'd I do that? So, cautionary tale, my friends. But I get to do it all over again. So that's the beauty. So an absolutely stupendous pen that's been with me through all sorts of occasions. Fits my hand quite well. Okay, so that's my first one. Now, let's go into some others. This is the mighty Visconti Homo Sapiens. The beautiful lava resin. a bit tactile, but very, very smooth. Who loves this pen? Let me know in the comments. I want to know who our Viscontinisti are. Who are the people that love these? The aficionados. I need to know. That's beautiful. I guess you call it rose gold nib. Sure. Has a bit of play in it. It's very smooth, very nice. I love the hook safe locking mechanism. It is such a great compromise to both be a screw-on cap and a quick release cap. It has a bit of that Greek key effect. That's sort of how I think of it, because I'm always in mind of Italy and, you know, Florence and the Greeks and whatnot that colonized Italy before the Romans really expanded. So I'm always looking for that kind of design language. And I know that's not the point of it, but that's just how I think of it. Fantastic fill mechanism, very quick, and just a really beautiful pen, but a pen you need to be careful of. This is a fantastic version of it, but they do have quite a few issues with their QC. So whomever your pen seller is, if it's Brendan over at Atlas Stationers or Tom Otto, forgive me, call them and say, can you please take it out of the box and just try it, make sure it has a nice nib and writes well for me. It's too expensive of a pen to be disappointed. When you put this much heart and passion and treasure into a pen, you want to be inspired. You don't want it to be a dud. This beautiful, graceful arch was inspired by the span on Ponte Vecchio in Venice. I've matched it up in my videos. I have it fade in and fade out. The double rings are really nice. It's supposed to be indestructible, this pen, but I have not tested it. Would be kind of cool to have the model with the ink view window, wouldn't it? I'm not sure if this has ink in it. I think it doesn't. But I enjoy this pen, to be honest, between you and me. It's just you and me. I don't write with this as much as I would like. I'm always filming with different pens. When you make videos, as I do, you don't always get to write with the pens you love. You're writing with ones you're testing or ones you want to film with. But boy, this just puts me in mind of Florence. I feel like some sort of Florentine gentleman when I write with this pen. Not that it's gender-based, but that's how I feel. But, you know, good-sized pen with some nice heft. But definitely one of my personal favorites. So I highly recommend it. So here's another one. This might be the pen to end all pens. You can get this pen. Let me know this, okay? Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. How many of you agree with me that once you buy the PC 823, you never need buy another pen again? Who agrees with that statement? I love this pen. It is so like reliable, so smooth. I mean, look at that. I don't think I've written with this in a month. It doesn't care. It's back. It just writes. The mighty PC 823. Pilot Custom 823. These are all my pages from the channel. I could start writing with this right now and forget that I'm doing a live show. Oh, it's so good, guys. So smooth. It writes like a pen worth 3 times its price. And that's one of the things I love about it. I love the nib. I love the filling mechanism. It's not the prettiest pen. It's a little bit on the basic side. I love how translucent it is. This is the amber version. I quite like it. I think I have Gerbon in here. Probably. That's what I usually have. Here's a big criticism. I really wish they put the cap ring close to the edge. You could easily chip this cap. I haven't, but you could. But boy, do I love it. I love this pen. Oh, I have to thank someone with a super chat, and it's the lovely and wonderful Robin Pinnell. Robin, thank you. $1.99 from Robin Pinnell. Thank you for the super chat. Helps keep the lights on. Thank you so much. Lava should last forever. I want one secondhand. I think it's a great one to buy secondhand, Robin, because you could get the 21 karat version. The nib that no longer exists, that they had a lot of problems with, but if you get a good one of those, it's just absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. And thanks to everyone else who likes, comments, or super chats. It all helps, and I really, really appreciate it. So, Pi the Custom 823, I like this clip. I have heard that some people don't like the ball of metal at the end of the clip. I quite like it. It works really well. It clips to my shirts. I do put my pens in my shirt pocket, without a protector, of course. And it works quite well. And I think aesthetically, it just works for me. It's lovely. It's a good pen, guys. Don't forget to vent it, because it will run out of whatever amount of ink you have beyond the valve. Plus, I like any pen with a valve. That's a lot of fun. So, great pen. Fantastic one. Wow, look at this. This. Ladies and gentlemen, and my friends, this is a complicated story. This is the Montblanc 146 with the calligraphy nib. I don't know if I have ink in here. I don't. This is a bit of an epic story. It's been documented here. When I got this, I was so disappointed in the way the flex nib felt. It took me such a long time to kind of realize that this is a tool for calligraphic writing and not necessarily a wet noodle, as I was expecting. I was sort of expecting something closer to a Waterman 52, and what I got was a fantastic tool for calligraphy. But it was only when I started taking some calligraphy classes, and you can see by my hand they've had almost no effect, but I have done them, through Montblanc. Montblanc has fantastic handwriting classes, and anyone can sign up. You don't need to own their pens. So I enthusiastically recommend them. But after a while, I realized what this pen could do, how to write with it more effectively, and now I enjoy it. There are times when I just absolutely have to write with this. If you're in the Pen Pal group, or want to be in the Pen Pal group for Cognoscenti and Illuminati members, I write so many different letters with this pen. So many people have received letters written this because it gets wispy. You can do these fine, ethereal lines that seem to trail off into nothingness, but they're there. They're wispy and they're like lattice work. And then you can just press down and get a nice wide double broad downstroke, just full of ink and emotion and passion. This is a pen for expressing elegance and passion. It's a fantastic tool, but you need to respect it and what it can do. It's not made for me when I first got it, and I was sort of a knucklehead, and I wanted it to make my handwriting nicer without me putting the work in, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. Oh, I see Steve Ruckles here. Nice to see you, Steve. Nice to see you. Okay, so fantastic pen, the 146. Also, probably the perfect proportion for a pen. Literally, perfect. Do you remember my video on the perfect pen you cannot own? This is close, guys. Very, very close for my hand. All right, so now we're going into something new. I think you're going to be delighted by my next choice, and you're going to be outraged. I like to balance delight and outrage. That's kind of the hallmark of this channel, I say jokingly. All right, so the first thing that should leap to you is very gold cap and a sapphire barrel. Sapphire barrel. So you know me and sapphire. I love sapphire. It's one of my favorite colors, if not my favorite color. Gerbonne de Saphir is my favorite color. So, ooh, motorcycle outside, messing up my live. Oh, I need to recognize someone. Daz22 with a super chat. Thank you so much. £5. I am getting more and more tempted to join the Pen Pal group. Maybe one day. Daz, I'd be delighted to have you. I'd love to correspond with you. I can use this pen, the mighty Waterman Edson. This is the Waterman Edson. Thank you, Daz. I really appreciate it. So this beautiful, luminous barrel, and it has a bit of heft, and it almost seems like it has a inner light. It's sort of glowing on its own. But one of its secrets of this pen is this gorgeous inlaid nib. Oof. Beautiful lines, beautiful nib. I love inlaid nibs. We're only going to see one tonight, and that's this. But I love my Schaefer Legacy. I may one day compare these two. It's similar in form, if not in function. But this is where you'll be outraged. I'll show you. I haven't filled it yet. So this is the original sapphire converter that comes with it. The converter matches the body. It's not because someone put Bay State Blue in there. This pen is from the 90s. It is a vintage pen, but I haven't filled it yet. I bought it at the DC Pen Show, and I've yet to fill it. Going to soon, but I need to be able to film it because it's never going to look so pretty as it does right now. So I cannot just fill it without filming. And I need to recognize Michael Rowley with a $4.99 super chat. Been waiting to see this one right. You and me both, Michael. So I can appreciate it. I feel the anxiety myself too. What was the Oscar Wilde line, right? The suspense is killing me. I hope it will last. So thank you for that $4.99. I appreciate it. But this pen is beautiful. I cannot wait to fill it. I probably should have filled it now because I am filming and I could have taken the footage. And then I could have experienced it live with all of you. But I don't have my ink. My ink's not here, so I cannot. It's over. Out of frame, my ink. So anyway, it is a beautiful pen. I cannot tell you how it writes, but I was told it writes splendidly. It's never been inked. So it's 25 years old and never inked. But that's going to end because I am going to ink it. So Judy Anderson with a super chat. Thank you, Judy. $27.99 Canadian. Thank you so much. That is very, very, very kind. Thank you. I appreciate it. Helps keep the lights on. And keeps me in ink, which is very important. Judy has been a long-standing supporter of my channel, and I appreciate her. She is wonderful. So there you have it. Absolutely beautiful pen. I can't wait to get my hands on some ink. Okay, I need to put it down. Can you tell I don't want to part with it because I can't write with it? Okay. So this is the culprit before that got me shining pens. I've wanted one of these for a very, very long time. This is the Montblanc Bohème. Ah, yes, the Bohème. The charming little pocket pen from Montblanc with the ruby on the clip with beautiful gold bands in the right spot, by the way, protecting the cap. But this is a beautiful clockwork mechanism of a pen. You put it on, you twist, and your nib reveals itself. Very beautiful. When this came, it was quite scratched up. I got this for $350 or $375, a crazy price. And I shined it up with Polywatch, and it looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I have somebody to recognize. The great MB Fan 146, the Montblanc Fan 146. I hope you saw that I had that out earlier with a £5 super chat. Thank you so much. Flying the flag for the 146 doesn't get the love it should. Well, it does for me. I did have a tough start with it, but just because of the nib. But its proportions are perfect. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. I appreciate it so much. Hey, this has ink. Well, that's great. So this is a fantastic pen. It's really quite balanced. Not quite as balanced as the mighty 146, as MB 146 fan will, MB fan 146 will attest to. But very balanced, nice size. Look at that. And here's another cool surprise. You put it away like that. You unscrew it. You screw your cap back in. And if you want to change inks, it just bends. It just cracks open. And then you pop it out. I got red in there right now. Aren't I cool? I have my red ruby to match my red ruby. I actually these are full size. Oh, no, these are short. That's right. So burgundy red, maybe I'll put that in here next. So, very amazing pen. One of my favorites. Okay, let's go vintage, shall we? This is a pen I waited for a very, very long time. This is the Waterman 52 in red ripple. You might recall I have a Waterman 5 I love. I have a Waterman 52.5 I love. But this is the Waterman red ripple with a beautiful nib that you can have some fun with. This is pretty effortless. I mean, to the extent that I can do this, I am not the best at it, but you can have some fun. So, very nice nib, very vintagey in how it writes. I like to sign my name with this one. So it's just cool to be like. By the way, this is not my signature, but I've been using it lately. And then I usually go into Hemingway Jones over there. But Hemingway Jones like this. Which is actually a pretty good forgery of Ernest Hemingway. That's where I based this from. So, very elegant pen, lovely writer, flex nib, puts down a lot of ink. Do you see how inky that is? Who loves the Waterman 52? Can you guys let me know? Is there anybody out there that shares my passion for these? It's red ripple. It's almost a little brown, but I quite like it. Now this one I'm going to put right away. I bought it at Peyton Street Pens, by the way. I really love Terry. Everything. I trust everything I get from them. I paid full price. She has no idea who I am. And I'm very, very pleased with it. Okay. Let's get into some randoms. Oh boy. It's not so random, is it? Oh, hey, Obs is here. Hi, Obs. Nice to see you. Look at this, guys. Do you know what this is? Can you tell which one this is? Sometimes you can't tell. Relative, right? You're going to see a lot of different videos on this. I have a whole bunch of ideas coming up with this and another pen I'll be showing shortly. This is the mighty M1000. M1000 with a fine nib. So that means it has a double broad nib because let's face it, these are wet nibs. They all write like broads to me. I mean, let's be honest. They're just so wet. They're hard to look like fines. I mean, here you go, right? I mean, it looks at least like a medium, doesn't it? Can you tell which ink I have in here? In the comments, guys? Anybody? You want to guess? A very wet, fun writer. Giant, beautiful nib. I love the green. It's classic. This is when I think of Pelikan personally, this is what I think of, the green and black stripes. So I quite love this pen. It's a big boy. It's big, but it's pretty. And I don't know if you heard about this, but these were going very, very cheap. About 6 months ago, you could buy an M1000 for under, well, right around $400. And they were pretty unbelievable priced, and I expected it to be fake when it arrived, and it's not. So I think a bunch of these must have fallen off of a truck somewhere on the New Jersey Turnpike. Tony and his crew lifted these, and then they resold them. So I took a chance and got this on eBay from a seller with huge feedback and recommendation. It was like $400, and I couldn't believe it, and I expected it not to be real, but it's real, guys. Real deal. Okay, so here's another one. Let's knock out both. This is the M800 in beautiful blue. Personally, I think the blue is prettier than the green, but the green is still classic. So classic. This blue was given to me by Brendan Schmidt of Atlas Stationers. Just a lovely thing. Every few months or so, he just gifts me a pen. And I'm going to do a lot of videos on it. I haven't yet because I've been thinking about how to do it right. So you're going to see some fun stuff coming up. This is another fine that writes like a medium. So, at least a medium. Beautiful scribing noise. Very smooth. Very soft feeling. Just a great pen. A true grail in every respect. I guess the battle royale, and it's one that will be fought soon, is between the M800 and the M1000. In my humble opinion, which I like better. And you can throw in another Grail pen for that too. The red tortoise M600. Which, geez, so pretty. I mean, this pen was born for Oxblood. I see Robin Pennell is a green ink. Green pen person. I was thinking about ink. So Robin is all about the green. Well, what about the tortoise? Beautiful. No turtles were harmed in the making of this pen. But boy, isn't it gorgeous? Just a true grail. Limited edition. Lovely. Looks amazing with these other two. Don't they look pretty all together? Amazing. I have someone to recognize. I always have trouble with your screen name. I'm going to do my best. Papa Mau Mau. Papa Mau Mau. Are you a Oak Ridge Boys fan? Is that where that comes from? I'd like to think so. $3 super sticker. Pear character with lovely doughy eyes. Thank you for the sticker. Thank you for the $3. It keeps the lights burning. All right, guys. Thank you, Papa Mau Mau. I appreciate it, and I hope you're into the Oak Ridge Boys. Do you guys love these pelicans, this little flock of mine? Do you see them all together? Can we get a like for these guys? I feel like it's a telethon. Can we get a like for these beautiful pelicans? Oh, they are gorgeous. All right, I'm going to show you another rare beast. I think you deserve a rare beast. Does anybody recognize this pen? This pretty rare beast. A gorgeous pen from one of my favorite houses. One of my favorites. Anyone? Ooh, super sticker from Chaz. Thank you, Chaz. I love super stickers. And Chaz, that's my brother's name. So it warms my heart to see a generous Chaz with $2. Thank you for the super sticker. Every bit helps, guys. Keeps the lights on. Thank you. Thank you. As we go through this incredible Grail pen journey, has anyone guessed this? I'm keeping my eye on the comments, and I got to keep the show going. But there we have. Oh, wait, we have an answer to Papa Mau Mau. The name is referencing Ron White, who made a joke referencing the Oak Ridge Boys. Oh, well, I actually like the Oak Ridge Boys, so what can I say? Ruby Cabochon, C on the clip, Chinese lacquer, in many layers. Ooh, squeaky. And a suspiciously similar to a Montblanc nib, somewhat mismatched to the pen. I will give it that criticism. But this is the mighty Cartier Diabolo in red Chinese lacquer. One of my most beautiful pens. One of my most posh pens, if I can be so brave. And one of my biggest Grail pens. I want to tell the story behind this. But first, I need to recognize the mighty peg-leg pirate rooster, who is dipping his toe into the YouTube world, making YouTubes as well. $9.99 peg-leg. Thank you, brother. And everyone, go check out his channel. I guess it's under peg-leg pirate rooster. So congratulations to you. I hope to see some more stuff from you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. It's huge. So let me tell you a quick story. And thank you, peg-leg. Quick story about the Cartier. So, a long, long time ago, probably 20 years ago, there was a Levenger at the Prue here in Boston. And they had a whole assortment of pens, Montblanc, Schaefer. I bought my Legacy there. I bought my Charleston there, I think. I'm pretty sure. Cross, Conklin's, and they had this Cartier. One day, Levenger, in their corporate mindset, decided they were only going to sell fountain pens that were made by them. They had their own fountain pens, which, by the way, I never tried. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they're out there. Maybe you guys know. If you know about their fountain pens, let me know in the comments. I'll check it out later. But they decided to just get rid of all their fountain pens. So they put them out at 80% off, and I bought every one I possibly could. And amongst these was this pen that was $1,000 20 years ago. And I got it for $200. And I feel like it's probably the best buy I've ever made in the fountain pen world. It's been with me ever since. I love this pen. It's gorgeous. It's a converter pen. That's a little disappointing for that kind of money. But very high class. I have a big suspicion this was made by Montblanc. That could just be me. I've heard some other people say it too, but I feel like Cartier did the decorative and Montblanc made the pen. Do you see the fins? Very Montblanc. The nib is too. Even the converter, it's a little dirty, but it's one of those hardy converters like you'd see in a Montblanc. I just feel like it is. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But a beautiful pen. I have somebody to recognize. This is fantastic. I'm overcome by all of your generosity with the super chats and super stickers. $20. I picked up a Montblanc Bohème X1 a few weeks ago at the DC Pen Show. It's quickly become my writer. That's so awesome. You know, did you get it from the Italian guys? The Italian guys in room 1? I met a bunch of Italian pen sellers. I was able to use a little bit of Italian, and I was super happy about that because I didn't think I could speak about pens in Italian, but I did okay. My wife was there. She was a little bit impressed, a little bit. I am cramming Duolingo to really hone my skills for my trip in November. So DNIW, you have chosen wisely. One of my favorite pens, the Bohème, is great. The DC Pen Show, they had almost every iteration of that pen. Very pricey, though. Very pricey. Even the one I got in the 3s, they had for like 6. So, or 7. It's pretty expensive. All right, let's play some more, shall we? It's my hands. Okay. How are we doing for time? We're doing pretty good, but I better start moving. Aurora. Oh, solo mio. This is now my sunny, happy summer Italian pen. Rose gold nib. Had a little bit of problems with this. I just bought this myself. There is ink in it. When I first got it, it didn't write very well. I had to floss the nib, and now it writes amazingly. But I did have to put a little work in. And I really haven't filmed with this. So perhaps I shall. Soon. Maybe I'll take it to Italy with me. I'll do a whole Italy thing. I don't know. But This is so Italian, isn't it? Isn't it just delightfully Italian? Doesn't it remind you of a glass of limoncello or something? Do you see the ink through it? You probably want to put like orange ink and it would make it even more orangey. But I love the orange and black. And the gold is in the right spot. It's right on the edge of the cap. I quite like that. Very elegant pen. Similar to the PC823 with the ball of metal. But Aurora makes a fantastic pen. I'm very pleased with this. I wish it wrote better out of the box. And I'll tell that story when I put it in a video. Does anybody have this? Do you guys like this? Is it just me? It's a little garish. I like garish pens. I think you know that about me. And I'm going to show you the king of garish pens. Yes, you've seen this. This is the Montblanc Around the World in 80 Days. The India edition, which I love. It has an elephant. It has sort of a India-inspired visual language on the edge here. It's a fine, by the way. It also has a card, a playing card symbol there. It's a diamond, if my eyes do not deceive me. And this beautiful etching in the cap. And I love, love, love the elephant. Of course, the Montblanc Glacier at the top. Very slim, elegant pen. You see the fins? See how similar that is to the Cartier? You see what I was saying? See what I mean? That's suspiciously close, right, guys? See? I'm thinking Montblanc makes these for Cartier. Let's be honest, okay? So, I'm substantiating my own theories. So, you will be outraged once again to see that I have not filled it. This is a brand new pen. I bought it from Truffet, along with the Waterman Edson. The box is on its way, but J.R. Diaz, who is a member of the channel and a very lovely fellow, has sent me, or is sending me, the ink that goes with this. And I just kind of feel like I can't fill it with anything else until the actual ink that goes with it arrives. And then I'm going to film with it and do a review. And I'm delighted with this pen. I know it's a little flashy, but I love it. What do you guys think? Can you let me know in the comments? Do you like it, or am I crazy? Is it too much? Did I go too far? Maybe that's my, that might be my clickbait. Did I go too far? The Montblanc Around the World 80 Days. Am I out of touch? Terry Edgington, who is never out of touch, 1999. I'm Atlas bound on Friday. Hope to meet some of the great HJ peeps in person. I hope you do. If you're in the area, go meet Terry at the Atlas Stationers sidewalk sale. I would be there if I could. I'm there in spirit. Terry is a wonderful support of this channel, has done so much for me. Thank you. Not the least of which is this generous, generous super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, here we are again with another true Grail pen. I'm not going to speak too much about this because we have about 11 minutes left. I like to keep these to an hour. And you know I could speak about this pen all night. I think I made 3 or 4 videos with this pen. And I'm sure I'll be making more yet. This is the incredible Heritage Nib Egyptomania. One of my true favorite pens at any price point. I love the Egyptian theme. I love the riff on the Montblanc Glacier on the cap. I love how it looks like it's from the 1920s, that it's piston filled yet elegant. I love that it's faceted, that it shines like polished obsidian. I love that it's soft and expressive, and it has an interesting clip with a sacred scarab, and it has a nib with an embossed sacred scarab on it as well. Perhaps the most interesting nib ever made, in my opinion. Absolutely beautiful, a true Grail pen, one that I am absolutely in love with. I just can't imagine ever giving up this pen. This is my pen. Love it. So along those same lines, let me share the Montblanc 149 100-year Meisterstück fountain pen with the great stylized nib, the beautiful platinum cap, beautiful glacier, lovely, lovely nib, very smooth writer, great pen. I don't have ink in it right now. I actually put this away. I'm resting it. It's not leaving the house. It's kind of a collectible if I ever have collectibles, but you know I'll be writing with it. You'll see it in videos very, very soon. Has a marbled cap. Look at the blue. Do you see that? A Montblanc 149 with a blue marbled cap. It's like navy, like midnight blue. Fascinating, exciting, interesting. Love this pen so much. And I need to recognize someone very dear to me who just gave me a super chat. I just need to find it. In all the chats, Ecamm always gives me the pinwheel of death when I try to do stuff because Ecamm hates me. Benjo, where would I be without Benjo? Benjo's like a rock. Benjo's one of those people you just can count on. He's a fantastic guy. Thank you so much. Oh, got to show the inkwell with the pen. Good point. Good point. Let me show that. Oh, and by the way, I see my hater was here. I have my dislike. Every week my hater comes and dislikes whatever I do. So one of these days I'd love to meet you. I'd like to talk it out. Maybe we could hug it out. My hater. So this is my Egyptomania inkwell. It's 100 years old. It's empty right now. It had Jeroboam Clay Sapphire. You can see the remnants of it in there. But an amazing, amazing inkwell. I should refill it. Okay. Let's fly through some of these others, shall we? Well, we don't have that many more. I wish I had my Montblanc 147 to show you. But, okay, who's sticking out? You're taking attention away. That's the spotlight hog, that Montblanc. All right, so this is the Conway Stewart. Conway Stewart, Churchill, lever fill. In this beautiful, beautiful vintage, sort of looks like celluloid. It's not, but it looks like it. But has an amazing Yovo gold nib, but it's been worked on by John Sirica. He does all their nibs. He polishes them to perfection. This is a smooth writer. It's a very large pen. This feels like the pen that Juan Trippe would have at his office in the Chrysler building. This makes you feel like some sort of mogul from the 1920s. It's just so interesting and beautiful to write with and just beautiful to look at. Just truly, truly inspiring. Hasn't been on the channel in a while, but I would say be on the lookout. It's going to make a return very, very soon. Plus, these are bespoke, so you can have it any way you want it. Any way you want it, that's the way you'll get it. Any way you want it. Okay. Here's another Grail pen that might surprise you, but it's a Grail to me. The TWSBI VAC 700R in Iris with a cursive smooth italic grind from Penro. And I had to wait a very long time for this pen. I really, really wanted it. And I waited months, and I kept going to the website, waiting for it to get in. I wanted it with that grind. My wife had one. She beat me. Whoopsie. She beat me to the punch with this one. And I adore this pen. Obviously, it's not full at the moment, but hey, can I get some points for cleaning it pretty well? These are not easy to clean. I think you know that. But I did pretty well, considering. I am not known for being tidy. I mean, I make videos about not cleaning your pen. So the fact that I did that, I deserve at least a like or a comment in the chat if you guys would. I'm proud of myself. So thank you for that. Okay. We're being a little silly, but it's good times, right? This is a Grail pen. It was given to me by Frank Zhang. It's the Omas Ogiva. I love how long the nib is. It's slender. And it has a very vintage style feed without fins. Well, it kind of has fins, but very flat bottomed, ebonite, just brilliant. Piston fill, beautiful material, very fun pen. Has a little roller ball on it. Very, very fun pen. I love this one. And my Omas also has a first name that's Bologna. So Frank Zhang gave me the Bologna too. Quite like this one. I don't know which one I like better between the Ogiva and the Bologna. Probably this. I really like this pen. I had to force myself to put this down. I was writing with it so much, so often, that none of my other pens were getting attention, so I had to put it down. Okay. Here's another true Grail. And by the way, if you've made it this far, you have to subscribe and consider membership. You like it here, and I like having you here. So please stick around. This is the Kaweco Piston Fill Sport. You can keep the cap in there if you turn it when you fill it, or you can pull it out straight and the cap goes with it. It's very clever, beautiful German design. I love that. You can see what I mean? And then you just have that, or you can put it back on, and if you want to keep it on, to put it away, you just pull it out straight. Fantastic design. Beautiful pen. This is one of my favorites, a true Grail. Joost Appelboom gave me this pen. Thank you, Joost. He just got married. Congratulations to Joost. He is a really wonderful guy. And thanks for this, Joost. Very, very seriously a Grail pen. I waited a decade for Kaweco to come out with this. So all of us that have these, it's a true Grail. We waited such a long time. I have one more pen. One more pen. You might be asking why I don't have the Say Maki-E pen. It's because it's my wife's, and she made like a Shinto shrine for it. So it's in a pen kimono in a very special place, and I didn't want to disturb it. But this is a beautiful platinum with a tiger. And I'll tell you, I know it's a Matsutora Harakiri, or it could be a Harakimi Matsutora. You know I'm not going to get that right unless I have it right in front of me. But it is something like that. But it's a beautiful pen with beautiful decoration, a fantastic platinum nib. At the time, this was one of the most expensive pens I bought for myself, because I didn't really buy pens for over $300 or so. And it's gorgeous. I don't use it a lot, but I love it, and it's so pretty, and I love tigers. I love cats. I'm a cat person, so of course I'm going to love tigers as well. So this was a lot of fun, because this was truly old school Hemingway Jones live. I used to do this a lot when I first started doing lives, where it was more like a show and tell. And tonight I just wanted it to be a little bit more casual, where I could tell you some stories about the pens I love and kind of show off my collection a little bit of some of my more Grail, my higher end stuff. And I think this is pretty much them. There may have been a few I missed. I mean, the Piniter could have been in there. That La Grande Bellezza pen is stupenda. It's a beautiful, beautiful pen with a beautiful nib. And of course, my Montblanc 147 Burgundy is in the other room with my journal. And it's a shame I didn't think of it before I started the show. But what can you do? You do the best you can. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for spending this time for me. Consider subscribing and joining the channel. And I can promise you, we will see each other again very soon, further up the road. So thank you. Love you all. Take care.